Welcome to Trauma Recovery Out Loud, where we talk about where we've been, where we are, and where we're going in our trauma recovery journeys. Join us and get some insights and encouragement to keep going and keep growing. Let's go.
Am I a blob?
Well, you would be if this panel wasn't in your face. Okay, now, yep, you're a blob. Hello, blobs.
Hello.
Blobs of the earth. Everybody's a blob. Yeah. Hi, welcome to the podcast. I'm Stephanie Dunham.
I'm Rochelle Knapp.
We're missing our third amiga,
Das Hoofenheader.
also known as the Foofenheader, Evelyn
Yes.
Mason. I'm going to stick her in the corner, probably over here, so she can be with us in spirit.
Yes.
You can see her face even if she's not talking.
We do miss her a lot.
Yes, I am seeing her as a friend. I am visiting. We're talking almost every day. But she is laid up at home with a broken foot and awaiting surgery. Hopefully that happens this week.
Hopefully.
So I told my husband we'd start recording at 7:00 and it's 10 of. He's trying to come downstairs. It's okay. You can come downstairs. Oh, well. Anyway, yeah, so we're doing the last episode in our series called Living a Good Life During Trauma Recovery, where we're going through a series of things that can help. It's not the only things that we talked about. There's way more stuff, I'm sure.
Yeah, definitely.
That a person could do to help themselves feel better. We just pick things that we like and that we do to a degree in one way or another.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's fair to say that not all of these categories we're doing 100%.
Yes.
Because Rochelle and I were just talking about, well, do we actually do this one? And yeah, it's kind of hit or miss, but it doesn't mean it's not a good idea. And as Rochelle pointed out, there are also ways that you can do this particular one that aren't traditional. So maybe we'll figure out what some of those are.
Yes.
But today we're going to talk about how pampering yourself is good for you.
Or as the modern term goes, self-care.
Or self-care. Yeah, and you know, people use self-care in a lot of different ways. It's not necessarily things like, I don't know, getting your eyebrows waxed or getting massages or going to the spa. So when we say self-care in that sense, that's what we mean. Pampering.
Yes.
So we're going to talk about that. So let's talk about what we mean by pampering, because I kind of sort of defined it, but
yeah. Anything like Stephanie was saying, like getting a massage, getting your nails done, getting your hair done, those sorts of things are traditional means of pampering, taking care of yourself in a way that probably feels self-indulgent, but it's also good for you, for your spirit. Your nervous system can relax. Unfortunately, like Steph says, not one we do a lot, at least not in the traditional sense. But I think you can do it in other ways that may not seem as obvious, because it's the spirit of what you're doing more, I think, than the actual activity, at least in my mind. For example, I know I have talked about this before, but I like playing video games, and it definitely is something that helps me to relax. I would call it pampering because it's a way to unwind. It's not expensive. And I'm not traditionally feminine, I guess. Not masculine either, sort of in between. But I find
not exactly androgynous either.
No.
Not non-binary in any way.
No, just not a girly girl, I guess. Not that the types of things like haircuts, the hair coloring, and nail doesn't appeal to me. It's just not something I've ever really pursued in my life. But things like video games and watching TV shows, things that relax me and help me feel better, I would call those pampering, because my spirit is relaxing, my body's relaxed, it's a little indulgent at times, but it's okay because it's something that I do deliberately to help me unwind for whatever reason. I do like getting my hair cut a lot, and I love my stylist. I kind of realized today with a quick little rabbit trail, she literally did what I asked her to do the last time she cut my hair. And I'm like, okay, so she actually does listen. Not that I didn't think she did, but I was very happy I need another haircut, but I was very happy to realize she took me literally, which was very nice, and it helped me relax a little bit more with the whole haircut thing. But overall, I do really like getting my hair cut. I like leaving the salon and looking freshly cut with a freshly cut hairdo and styled and everything. I do enjoy that a lot. I enjoy getting my nails done. I just don't want to be the one to do it. I find the whole process very intimidating, but Stephanie can probably teach me. She knows how to do that better than I do. I do enjoy those types of things. I'm just not something I've done a lot of over the years.
Yeah. I feel like if we're talking about pampering, like there's basic self-care stuff like showering, brushing your teeth, combing your hair, washing your clothes, washing your face, etc. Like those are basic self-care things that is a necessity.
Yes.
For maintaining your health.
Right.
And presentation. Pampering to me is things you can do that are good for you, but are outside of the normal routine of things that you have to do. So these are things you don't have to do.
Right.
But it does help to do them. So, I used to do this thing in the church I was in before every year for about 5 years, where we would have a spa day for the women.
I remember that.
Yeah, and we'd set up these stations, if you will. So the bathroom had someone, you would go in and you would sit in basically a camp chair, and there'd be 2 or 3 people pampering, doing spa things on your hands, your feet, your face, all at the same time. It's very, very relaxing.
Yes, it was.
And we would hire certified massage therapists to come and work for a few hours. And then we would also have a room set up with a craft of some kind. There's always delicious food. So it was, like several hours, maybe 5 or 6 hours. And I tried different things over the years, like a nap room, which I think one person indulged in both times I tried that. The last year I did it, there was a reflection station set up in the sanctuary, so you could go at your pace around each one, and there'd be some sort of spiritual activity you could do to reflect on whatever. At any rate, but it was all very indulgent. It was all very pampery, and it felt very good. It was like kind of a reset, if you will.
Yeah.
So I'm not particularly a girly girl either. However, I do like to wear makeup. I do like to do my nails. I do like to mess with colors for my hair. I like a specific kind of haircut. Evelyn and I do coloring every 6 weeks. I go to the same hairstylist as Rochelle. I've been with this person for 15 years, and we've been through quite the gamut.
Yeah,
together.
Yeah,
I've tried all kinds of things.
Steph used to have super long hair. Now her hair is really short. So yeah, definitely.
I've tried blue and pink, and green hair, mohawks. I've done everything. I went through my teenage phase basically in my late 40s. But I've been to spas. I've been to massage therapists. I've been to all kinds of things. Gotten my nails done by professionals. And it always feels really good, like Rochelle was saying. It always feels really good to like do something extra that isn't a necessity, but it does make me feel better.
Yes.
So I guess some of the traditional ways we've already talked about that people pamper themselves is a spa. So there are actual spas you can go to where you can get treatments
Yes.
facials, full body treatments, and whatever substance they might have, like mud. That reminds me of a character in Suits. He had an addiction to going to mud baths.
Wow, what a weird addiction.
Yeah, it is a bit of a weird addiction. But it was kind of funny. That was like his Lewis lit. He would celebrate by taking people to mud baths, something.
That's funny.
If they won something. Yeah. He was very into it. And then depending on where you go, there's like hot rock treatments, different kinds of massage, like deep tissue massage, or just sort of gentle. I went to a spa once with my younger sister, and they did too much noise. I just told my husband he's making too much noise. That's what this was about. Anyway, we went to this place in Maryland, and I don't know everything they had there. I think they had facials. So I think we got facials first, and then we went and got massages. And I've gotten facials a couple of times in my life. One of the other times was a friend who was going to a cosmetology school to get an esthetician license.
Mm-hmm.
So she had me come in to practice on. So I got like a reduced rate facial. She did all kinds of things to my skin. There was lots of warm towels and lotions and potions and poking and prodding and what have you. And that's kind of what happened at the place in Maryland. And then we did this massage. And this massage therapist was trying to put me to sleep. Because the last thing that they did was they took their thumbs and they wiped it like this across my brow. And then they said, "We're done." And I was almost asleep.
Wow. That's funny.
Yeah. I have a friend, the same one who did the cosmetology school thing.
Mm-hmm.
She's a licensed massage therapist that I've been to many times over the years, and to some degree it is medicinal, but it's also very relaxing.
Yes.
Just to have someone pushing on all the sore spots and making you feel better in general. I've also had my nails done in salons, like my feet, for example. I don't like doing my own feet.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So if I go to a salon, I like to go where they do the hot baths and the bubbly water and what have you. Yeah, there are other ways you can think of that are more traditional, Rochelle.
I think we pretty much covered it all. I can't think of anything else. I mean, you did mention food when you're talking about the spa days, and I thought, an indulgent meal could be considered pampering, something you wouldn't normally eat outside of your regular, diet. For me, something like that would be surf and turf. I love surf and turf. I don't eat it that often because it's so expensive, but that would be something that's indulgent for me. It doesn't necessarily have to be expensive either.
Right.
It can be something that's inexpensive that you just really enjoy and you just don't eat it that often for whatever reason.
Yeah, Rochelle and I bought a hard wax thing. So we'll do each other's faces, our eyebrows,
yes,
our mustaches and beards. What the internet knows, I have facial hair now. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh no. I have a beard I have to pluck out.
And I have dark hair, so it's pretty obvious that I have a beard and, well, at least a mustache, and yeah, got all that going on.
Yeah.
So that has saved us so much money, though, and I kind of love it. So yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yes. We do. I call them beauty shop. We play beauty shop, and do things like that together. I think the camaraderie of doing that kind of thing together as a woman means a lot.
I think so. I was about to say, you took the words right out of my mouth. I think I enjoy doing one. One, it's expensive to have done at a salon, and two, yes, doing it together is a lot of fun. Even though that might not take very long, it's still very much. It is. It is a lot of fun. That's what I was trying to say. I think.
Okay. Our words hard, Rochelle.
Apparently.
So
yeah.
So let's talk about, because we kind of touched on it a little bit, but let's talk about the effects of
I was
pampering.
just thinking about that. So I was actually just thinking about, like, after I get my hair cut now. Recently, I've been trying to figure out, I have a little bit of a wave to my hair. I'm trying to figure that out. Previously, I was trying to wear it straight all the time. So that was causing issues, and now I realized this about a month ago that it works better when I'm trying to get the wave in there a little bit. But my hair sticks out on the sides. So when I leave the salon and my hair is freshly cut, I feel put together and I feel happy. It calms me down. And then even after that, I feel that way as well. Now, something I've noticed since I started trying to get the wave in my hair to show up more, I have felt that way more consistently, even though I do need a haircut that kind of complements that idea. Because I don't think my hair is in that, the way it's cut right now, I don't think it doesn't work very well.
Oh, you mean for the wave?
Yeah.
Okay.
But even now, with a little bit I try to get, it does make a difference in how my hair looks, and that overall makes me feel better. So I would call that pampering in that sense, even though it's like maybe 5 or 10 minutes in the morning of trying to get my hair to conform, for lack of a better word.
To do what you want.
To do what I want. But it makes I feel better and I feel happier. And that, like, even when I wear makeup, even though I used to really fuss and get frustrated with makeup, I'm getting better at it since we wear it for the podcast. Mm-hmm. I haven't taken the leap to wearing it like daily or to work or things like that. But I do feel better when I have it on. Like, I feel prettier. I feel a little happier. I enjoy figuring out what color works best for me and that sort of thing too. So that's my feminine side coming out more. And I think just the overall impression of feeling more like yourself, or even feeling like just more relaxed, helps too. Those types of things help you do that.
Yeah, I feel like if you're paying somebody to give you a service like a haircut, it's a kind of a luxurious experience in a sense, because you're talking to the focus is on you.
Mm-hmm.
You're talking to the person and describing what you want. So they start working on it. You know, excuse me. My stylist and I, our stylist and I, have conversations about our kids and family and things that happened, and then we go and get the shampoo and conditioner part done, because she shaves all of my back and sides first, and then we go get a shampoo, and then she does the rest of the trimming, and then she always wants to style my hair.
Yes,
with all the things, the mousse, the hairspray,
all the things. Yes,
the hair brushes, the whole 9 yards, and so we get the shampoo, and it feels nice, like having somebody get in there with their fingertips and just
a little head massage. Yeah,
I swear that I almost fall asleep almost every time I go to the salon. So I get really sleepy, usually around that time, and I'm sitting in the chair. Like that. And Olga's talking to me and I'm sleepy. She's like, "Do you want some coffee?" And I'm like, "Nah, I'm good. If I drink coffee now, I'll never go to bed."
Yeah.
Okay, my voice is
frog coming back.
There's a little bit of a frog in there. Anyway, and then she takes her time with styling it. So she gets out her round brushes and the hair dryer, and she just takes her time and styles it, and wants to hairspray it and show it to me. And I walk out, and I almost always go to the Sally Beauties afterwards, because it's right next door or 2 doors down, and because I want to buy hair color or whatever. And I'm always out there walking down the sidewalk like, hey,
look at me.
Look at me. I'm feeling good. Yeah, so it's always a really positive and pleasant experience.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I had a hairstylist who didn't talk to me or didn't care about how the service was done, or it would feel weird. It wouldn't feel like pampering. It would just feel kind of utilitarian.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think we talked about, well, we didn't talk about this on the podcast. Sometimes stylists can do what they want, even if you tell them what you want, and that can be frustrating. So it takes away from the experience if you're not getting the type of hairstyle that you really want.
Yeah.
And Olga does, our stylist actually does listen and think carefully about it. I mean, she might make a suggestion, but she does listen to what we say and does actually do what we ask.
Yes.
And that I think that's like the most important thing. Like if you go and because there's a little bit of, especially if you're getting I think if you're getting your feet done, especially if you're getting a massage, there's some vulnerability there because they're touching you, they're doing things to your body. They might feel good, but you might feel a little intimidated by that. Especially if it's not someone you know very well. So I think that type of thing is important too.
Well, my experience with getting pedicures, I think the first couple times I did that, I was pregnant with my 21-year-old. And I think I went right before I was supposed to give birth. And this is nothing against foreigners at all, but it was a little weird for me because the two tiny little Vietnamese ladies were sitting there talking to each other in their language and looking at me, and then talking to each other and then looking at me. I thought maybe they were talking about me. But somebody said, well, maybe they're just looking to see if you understand what they're saying. I don't know which it is, but it felt a little strange.
Yeah.
And pretty uncomfortable for me. Like, I didn't know quite how to handle that specific. That's probably my trauma issues. The one that I tend to go to now, the people I think they're Vietnamese, but they are way more friendly.
They are, yeah.
And like they speak to me in English and they speak to each other in English. I don't ever hear them speaking whatever their language is.
Right.
I don't know if it's called Vietnamese or something else, but at any rate, but you know, having someone touch my feet is a little strange, but also feels really good.
Yeah.
Like the hot, bubbly water and the soap and the scrubbing and like the massage and the lotioning. I don't particularly enjoy them cutting my cuticles, but
I don't think anybody enjoys that.
It's part of the deal, you know, that needs to be done.
Yeah.
But then getting the color on and having a professional do it is so nice.
Yeah.
Because it looks so good when they're done. And I do feel prettier for having, you know, color on my nails.
Yes.
I you know, maybe there are women out there who don't like this, but I feel like women who do like it really feel prettier.
Yeah.
And I already have self-esteem issues as it is.
Right.
Self-identity issues. So anything that I can do that helps me to feel better about myself, I think is a good thing.
Yeah. So it's a haircut isn't just a haircut. Getting your nails done isn't just getting your nails done. It's helping you feel better about yourself, which I think which I know in trauma recovery is really important because we're so, in my recent experience with dealing with being vigilant about trauma recovery and things like that, it's a lot of work and your emotions are up and down all the time. And when you can go and have something like that done or do something indulgent, it feels really good and it feels really relaxing. And there's finally a chance where you don't have to think about things constantly, even if it's just for an hour, you can just let go and relax. And I think that's super helpful in any type of recovery, and especially with complex trauma, because your nervous system's always on. It feels like, at least to me right now, it feels like my nervous system's always on. I'm constantly regulating. I'm constantly trying to figure something out just to get that rest. Take a breath. Somebody's, you know, doing something like a haircut or whatever. Feels really good.
Yeah, and like the times that I've gotten massages done, the massage therapists tend to use fragrant oils or lotions or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm not super into aromatherapy as a medicinal thing. I think there's some truth to certain scents helping you to relax.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's some scientific evidence that lavender helps people to relax. Personally, I like vanilla.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
And mint. But, nonetheless, a massage therapist is, putting things on my body to help with the massage. It smells good.
Mm-hmm.
It smells really good. It's really relaxing to smell nice things.
Yeah, definitely.
Like if you go to a garden and you're smelling all the wonderful flowers or whatever, it's so nice.
Yeah. I think something like going and sitting outside on a nice day can be indulgent, can be a form of pampering because you're taking in the scenery, the weather. If it's really nice outside, I do enjoy that type of thing a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. If you take a walk in a nice place, if you're not just trying to exercise, I mean, because walking to exercise is good, and I suppose it could be pleasant, but you're focused on the exercise,
right?
But if you're walking for pleasure, then taking in the sights and the sounds and the warm breeze, the whole thing. For me, being indulgent is like a day at the beach.
Yeah.
Sitting on the sand in the warm sun, getting in the water, being around all the people, eating boardwalk fries.
Yes.
All the things. That feels pretty indulgent to me.
Yeah.
And it's certainly not, I mean, I live in a state where there's a beach, a coastline. So, it's pretty easy to get to. It's just a couple hour drive.
Yeah, we are pretty fortunate that way. Like, I guess a vacation could be considered pampering because you're going and you're vacating your life. You're leaving your life behind to go relax somewhere and hang out with people that you like and hopefully like. And do, fun things.
Why would you go on a vacation with people you don't like? What fun is that?
I don't know. But you go and do things you wouldn't normally do in your regular life, and that's definitely indulgent and fun and relaxing. Our last vacation, we went to the beach. We never made it to the beach because it was too hot, but we still did stuff that we enjoyed. We wouldn't normally do in our regular life, and it was just a lot of fun to be able to sit around and play games and watch movies and go to a movie and do stuff together as a family. It was just, really fun and really indulgent. And although not physically restful for me, it was emotionally and spiritually restful for me for sure. Gave me a chance to relax and just chill out for a week or so.
Yeah, my husband and I once a year go away on our anniversary.
Yeah, that's coming up, a couple weeks.
Yeah, and we go to the beach in our state or the one next to us, which is typically Maryland. So we're going to Maryland this time. And we rent a condo and right on the beach. And so we can hear the ocean all day long because listening to the ocean is very relaxing. And then we just basically do nothing. We might venture out a couple of times to go do something like go to the boardwalk or go to a restaurant or whatever. But we cook our food inside. We sit on the balcony and listen to the waves. We lie around on the couch. We take naps. There's a lot of resting. Because our lives are chaotic most of the time. And not in a terrible way. It's just there's so much going on all the time. My husband's job is pretty chaotic. So getting away and just doing nothing for a whole week feels like heaven.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, I know.
Very, very pampering, very indulgent. And for a lot of years, we went to hotels on the beach in Delaware, right on the boardwalk. There was a couple of different ones we stayed in. And the one we went to several years in a row had a deep jacuzzi tub with jets. And then the other one we stayed in had it was more of a triangle shape. It wasn't like a real deep, narrow tub. It was a triangle shaped one, but it had a jacuzzi jets in it. So, and I always requested that because I enjoy that. because I don't have a very big tub here. So
yeah,
for me, it's pampering to get a giant jacuzzi tub with jets in it and a lot of just. I'm just like,
yeah. Times I've been in a hot tub, it's been very, very nice to sit with a jet on my back. Absolutely. And the hot water and the bubbles. Yeah, it's great. Very relaxing.
So Evelyn and I went to Japan last October for a week-long martial arts seminar thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we stayed in this hotel that's famous for its hot springs. And unfortunately, I couldn't get in the public hot springs that they had. They had a whole bunch in the hotel because I have a tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
So we rented a private one, just the two of us. And the water was it felt very indulgent. It was extremely warm. And it was supposed to be hot springs water.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just the two of us in this little space in this tub. And we were just, it was just like after several days of hard training.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah.
Our bodies are dying.
Yeah.
And it felt really good to do that as a sort of a pampering after the fact, because everything about the trip was difficult. Flying there. Why is everything so far away from each other in the airports?
I don't know.
Flying there, walking around the airports. When we got to Japan, it took us what felt like 2 hours to get through immigration.
Mm-hmm.
There were literally hundreds of people in the same room with us. It was hot. They were rushing us through some system they had. We were trying to catch up with it and try to do the things on our phone.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to go through that, and then we had to go through this line, then we had to go through that line. So, and then we were traveling in a bus. Not that I'm complaining about any of that, but it was all very physically taxing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So by the end of the week, 2 days before we were leaving, we're like, hot springs, please. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I was thinking about what word it best describes things like this. I think it's restorative.
Yeah.
You're doing things like this that are restorative for you. They give you some kind of relief first and foremost, and then they bring you to a point where you feel like your body's recovering from something. Like you said, you were in Japan, you were training hard, the whole trip was stressful, incredibly stressful, and this time in the hot springs helped you to feel restored, I'm sure, to some degree. Maybe not entirely, because you still had some time left.
Well, I basically didn't sleep the whole trip.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what she said, yeah.
So for me, it was talk about indulging. We discovered, so Japan has a lot of, what do you call the vending machines? They have vending machines for everything.
Yeah.
We discovered the hotel's area where they had all the vending machines. Mm-hmm. And right there was 2 different massage chairs.
Oh, nice.
So I got, because somebody was in one of them, so I got in the other one. And then that one ended and that other person left, so I got in the second one. And I almost fell asleep in the second massage chair.
I hadn't thought about massage chairs. I've used those quite a bit. I love them. They're amazing.
My chiropractor has 2, and we go in, we sit down in the massage chair before we go. He, adjusts our necks and backs and whatnot. Yeah, so I there's 2 different kinds, and depending on which one's available, I'll sit in one of them for the whole, as long as I'm waiting for my turn.
Yeah.
But those are very, very nice too.
They are. In the hydro massage ones, they often have at gyms are nice as well. I've enjoyed those quite a bit before.
I've never been in one of those, as far as I know.
It's basically like, I think if I remember correctly, there's something with the water warmed inside of the thing, and then there are the things that massage you as well, come back, up and down your body in the back. It's very nice. Very, very nice.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I mean, to a degree, it was restorative to go to the hot spring and sit in the hot water for whatever time we were in there. It's like 40 minutes or something. Mm-hmm. And getting my nails done feels restorative because it's kind of restoring beauty back to me.
Yeah.
Getting, like you were saying about getting your hair cut, it's restorative because it brings back a feeling of happiness.
Yeah.
And I think that's basically what we're trying to get across, is that the majority of all of this is about bringing happiness, pleasure, even to your life, because it's not wrong to do that.
Yeah. Because if you see, if you've gotten your nails done or you've gotten a haircut, you put color in your hair or whatever you're doing, that feeling can continue after that. Like, you feel good about yourself because your hair looks nice, or your nails look nice, or even if something like hot springs, you can still at least remember how good that felt. And it lasts a little while, hopefully. But it does do a lot for your body and your nervous system in terms of calming you down, helping you feel like you can take on the world, maybe, or at least try to.
Yeah, I the whole Japan thing, like the hot springs came after all of this stress. I barely slept. I'd wake up at 2 or 3 in the morning and I was awake for the rest of the day. And I had to get it was 1 half day and 2 full days of training. By full days, I mean 6 hours with a little bit of a break for lunch.
Yeah.
And it was just constant movement. I train, pretty regularly, but I'm not used to that amount of training.
Right.
And walking everywhere and not sleeping, and you're in a foreign place, your body's time sense is off. And I was discouraged at one point because I hadn't slept. Poor Evelyn was like, she didn't know what to do with me when I'm just crying in the hallway because I'm so tired. Right?
Yeah.
And so going to the hot springs sort of, even though I was super tired and my body hurt so bad and everything felt terrible.
Yeah.
It did lift my spirits.
Yeah.
And I was doing it with my best friend.
Right. Exactly.
It was a cultural experience because, onsen is a cultural thing that Japanese do. It was a cultural experience. I still got to do it despite my tattoo. And I got to do it with my best friend. So it did lift my spirits. I did, despite the tiredness, feel happier in a sense. And it meant the trip was almost over and we could go home.
You could go to bed.
Yeah, the first week back from Japan was rough.
Yeah.
I don't think I got out of bed for a couple of days.
No, you were in bed for at least a couple of days. You were really spacey too.
Yeah.
Recovering from the time change.
Yeah, it was a 14-hour difference or something. Yeah, coming back was worse than going there. I definitely had the jet lag thing going on.
Yeah.
For about, I think it was like 2 weeks. That was pretty spacey. Also, I feel like if you get time, if you have a busy life, I feel like getting time alone when no one else is around is also pampering.
Yeah. Friday flings are nice for that reason. Because you feel like you can just let go and just relax and do what you like doing. And that's what I was thinking about, like with video games, or like you'd like to watch movies or TV shows and play games on your phone, and indulging in things you enjoy for a few hours is really restorative, really helpful. I know for myself, if there's for some, like this past week, I ended up sleeping through my flame. My body just would not stay awake. Like I just couldn't. And I had to chalk it up to, okay, I was super tired. I wasn't gonna be able to stay awake. I tried so hard twice. It just didn't work. It was a little frustrating because I missed out on the time, but I did get to sleep. So, I mean, there's good and bad. But normally, after a night of just sort of chilling out, I do feel better. My mind's a little clearer. I'm a little calmer in the morning generally. Because we're heading into our martial arts class in the morning, and then usually have a business meeting, and there's a lot going on. Sometimes I have to work in the afternoon, so it can be a super long day for me. So that 6 or 7 hours helps quite a bit. It gets me through my week. So
yeah, so we're talking about what we call Friday fling. I started this several years ago, where I decided on Friday nights I'm gonna go in my room and shut my door. I'm taking special food that I don't normally eat. I'm gonna turn on TV shows and I'm gonna binge watch TV shows. I'm gonna eat my special food and play games on my phone, and no one can bother me.
Right.
from 4 p.m. to 11 p.m.
Unless there's, some emergency or something.
Unless there's an emergency, yes. But if it's, I don't get texts from my son or my husband, asking me questions about this, that, or the other thing. I don't have conversations about work. I don't really respond too much during that time.
Yeah.
Because it's just my time. Like, it's very self-pampering for me to do this. Like, I need it to restore. It's kind of like a Sabbath. I need it to restore myself to be able to handle the amount of stuff that goes on during the week. And, because there's a lot that goes on in my life all week long, all year long. And, trying to recover from my trauma takes a lot of energy. So I set that side of time for myself to restore myself back to a better energy level. Because by the time Friday rolls around, I'm just like, depending on what went on that week.
Yeah.
And I'm just like gunning to get up there between 3 and 4.
Yeah. It definitely helps me feel better the next day and able to better handle things just in general. I think any sort of I know we talked about this quite a bit and this is kind of our theme, but anything like that just really helps you feel recharged. And as people like to say, fills your tank, so to speak, so you can deal with life. And I'm not saying everybody has to have a fling time, but Stephanie's right. Alone time will help you, even if it's like an hour a day or something. Just getting that time to relax and not think about anything, play games on your phone, or whatever you have to do, take a nap just to feel better helps restore you. I feel like a lot of women especially are overworked or overwork themselves and stress themselves out and don't rest. And it's so important to rest. We did talk about, do we have a series of a episode about rest entirely, I think?
I don't think so. Okay. So we need to wrap up. It's been about 40 or so minutes. I think we've kind of run out of things to say about this.
Yeah. I have a feeling this might be a shorter one.
Yeah. So, I guess the idea is, summation alert. Summation alert. I'm going to sum up. So I guess the idea is you have your normal self-care things that you do to maintain your health, maintain your appearance, etc. So taking a shower, washing your face, your hair, combing your hair, putting makeup on, whatever it is you do on a normal basis, everyday basis, those are things that are considered self-care that you just do.
Yeah.
But then there's other things you can do that are pleasant experiences that bring up your mood. And, we can't all afford, frequent spa visits or frequent massage therapy appointments or whatever. It doesn't have to be expensive. It could be as simple as just doing your own nails. It could be coloring your hair. It could be spending time with your sister, waxing your facial hair. It could be
or something like that.
It could be taking a Friday fling or a fling on any day, really. Mm-hmm. If you have a night during the week, you can possibly spend some time alone, eating your favorite snacks and watching TV or movies or whatever, or reading books. It could be reading books.
Yep.
Or listening to books, whatever it is you find pleasurable. If it lifts your mood, it's worth doing because it puts you in a better place and a better headspace for dealing with stress.
Yeah. And ultimately healing and everything goes along with that.
Yeah. I feel like it's healing to do things like pampering yourself.
Agreed. Yeah.
I feel like it helps for sure to feel better.
Mm-hmm.
And ultimately we want to just be able to live a good life, because I feel like this is our last episode in Shall I do the grand summing up?
The grand. You definitely need a little animation here. The grand summing up. Yes.
The grand summing up of this series is there are many, many good things you can do for yourself.
Yes.
To help yourself feel better, to improve your mood, to help yourself be able to handle life, but also handle your healing journey, and to give yourself energy and rest, replenishment, restoration. Things like exercising boosts your mood. Taking care of your medical needs also boosts your mood.
Mm-hmm.
What else do we talk about?
We talked about hobbies and community.
Having hobbies and being a community is good for you. Your faith, we talked about that one last week. What if you have a faith journey that you're on, that can help. We're talking about pampering this week. We didn't really talk about sleep, or what was the other one you brought up?
Food. Was it food?
You said rest. Oh, rest.
Rest, yes.
Resting. We may have talked about resting in the context of other things, but I don't know if we did that one specifically as its own thing. But if we did, it's in our catalog. Just go find it. So we're encouraging ways to just live your life, and have a good experience in life despite whatever anxiety, depression, CPTSD, or other things that are going on because of trauma.
Yeah.
Because it could be a sad, dark place.
It is a sad, dark place.
Okay, let me rephrase that. Because having a person with trauma history is a sad, dark place.
Yeah.
It can lead to a lot of things that are awful and terrible, and we don't have to live like that. Just because people did bad things to us and we have a lot of neurological problems and a lot of cognitive problems doesn't mean we can't feel better, feel good.
And really, it's about balancing yourself, because if you're always healing and never resting, or if you're always resting and never healing, going either direction too far isn't good for you. And we're talking more about going too far with the healing process and the stress of life at the same time. Yeah. It's just too much for one person. You really have to slow down and let yourself have a little fun. Let yourself be pampered, or pamper yourself in some way. You really have to do this. I don't think it's even an indulgence in some cases. I think it's actually necessary.
Could be. I mean, my Friday flings are necessary.
Same.
Is it necessary to do my nails? No, but it's nice.
It's nice, and I think the act of it is restorative. I think the point is the restoration is needed. However you go about that is up to you. That's what you need to fill it, like I said, to fill your tank, recharge yourself, and be ready to take on the next crazy week you might have. Yeah, or probably will have.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us on this particular journey of episodes, this particular series.
Yes, thank you.
Of episodes. We appreciate you, and we're glad that you're listening to what we have to say on the matter, and we hope that you got something out of it. Hopefully in 5 weeks, Evelyn will be back.
Hoping.
Us. Yeah. We're hoping that when she sees the surgeon on Wednesday, he says, yeah, I'll fix your foot on Friday. We're hoping.
Yes. Yeah. And this should be well enough within 5 weeks to at least be back on the podcast with us. Yeah.
Yeah. And just as a reminder, Rochelle and I are going to be doing a 4-part series on being our mother's daughter. We're going to talk about, I have my list here, what she was like in her history that we know.
Yes.
Because I think there's probably a lot of things we don't know. Living with an addict, because her mother was an alcoholic and then a drug addict, and maybe both. What it's like to live with an undiagnosed and unfettered mental health. Wait, I said that wrong. What it's like to live with someone who has undiagnosed and unfettered mental health issues. Because she definitely did not fetter herself.
No.
At all.
Mm-mm.
And we are going to talk about that we could have been her.
Yeah.
We could have turned out like that. Thankfully we did not. So it's going to be interesting for Rochelle to explore this because, first of all, it's very emotional.
Yeah.
I'm still healing from all the crap my mother threw at me from my childhood. Even now, I'm still discovering all the ways that she messed me up and working to overcome it. Rochelle is also doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So it may get a little emotional for us. We don't know. It might be a lot of times I'll end up talking about things that happened to me like I'm reading a book or something, like it didn't happen to me.
Yeah.
Or it might get emotional. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I think it's good for us to talk about it because it will sort of give context and perspective on what it's like to live with someone who's abusive, who's addicted, who's just
probably a narcissist.
Maybe. Yeah. Who's just a wrecking ball in your life, you know? So we have that coming up. And yeah, so I don't think there's anything else to talk about.
I think we covered it all.
All right. Well, I'm Stephanie Dunham.
I'm Rochelle Knapp.
Oh,
wait. We almost
forgot to do the dance. Oh, no. All right.
Like, subscribe, follow, comment, do all the things, press all the buttons.
Push all the buttons. You know what to do. Yes, please share, comment, like, subscribe, you know, how you're supposed to help the podcast grow. Okay, now we can go.
All right.
I'm Stephanie Dunham.
I'm Rochelle Knapp.
See ya.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us today. We hope you got some food for thought and encouragement to keep going and keep growing. See you next time. For more episodes, you can find us on Spotify and YouTube. Comment, like, and subscribe to spread the word and help the channel grow.